Hi, I am Dr. Vanita Agarwal, and I today am going to speak about what is the creator economy and how business can benefit from it. But before I start today's talk, I would request you to subscribe the YouTube channel L Strategy Q and keep listening to our more and more entrepreneurial, business inspiring videos. I am CEO and founder of Love Strategic Advisors, which is a global M&A higher education advisory firm. I also founded Business Strategy e-magazine, which is a digital corporate magazine and is read by more than 40 countries all over the world. So today I'm going to talk about what is the creator economy and how businesses can benefit from it. Till the internet emerged, media and people involved in its creation were confined to a comparative handful of individuals. They usually owned or were part of or associated with the big media conglomerates. But as with so many aspects of daily life, internet changed everything for once and for all. The decentralization of the media industry has made the humble creative individual the basic unit of the new economic model for the media industry, which we refer to as the creator economy. That is, every individual who can create content is responsible for this creator economy. If I tell you about the stages of the economy, then the creator economy is the latest in a long line of economic models, even after the internet came into the picture. Now in India, internet came in somewhere 95, 98. It became household thing by 2000. The general perception of the stages of development of the world economy from the last century, if we see our industrial economy, consumer economy, knowledge economy, and finally the creator economy. So industrial economy was led by all the manufacturing and big factories, plants. So people were using their knowledge to manufacture and create. Then came the consumer economy. So whatever the public wants, a common man needs, that drive the economy. Then came the knowledge economy. So if you are skill enabled and you know certain skill, you can generate revenue for yourself through income, through advising people. And now is the creator economy. So again, you are skill enabled, but you are in a creative way. For example, it can be graphic designer, it can be a freelancer, content writer, a Microsoft Office skill enabled person who can make beautiful PowerPoint presentations. Then it can be, it can be sales and marketing guy who knows his talent, how to market. It can be digital marketing person. It can be a SEO writing person. So many. It can be a chef, a home chef. So this is the era of creator economy. And it was not the web, but rather Web 2.0 that facilitated the development of the creator economy. So for example, I'll give you YouTube. If you see, if today I want to make certain recipe in a restaurant style, I'll simply log into YouTube, write down the recipe names, and there will be hundreds and thousands of YouTube videos by simple men and women who created these contents or recipe videos, making videos, teaching videos from their home kitchen. This is the base of creator economy. How do you make it possible to follow your passion? In short, creator economy enables creative people doing what they love the most and earning and income, and mostly handsome income out of it. And what to say? We always say that follow your passion. So if your passion becomes your revenue model, or if it becomes your way of earning your living, what's more satisfying than that? Entertainment in media, I would say, no longer mean, few hundred shows or films with billion of viewers, but rather millions of media content that caters to ever increasing netizen count. The creator economy has patronized creativity like never before. Content in the context of the creator economy refers to creative pieces of content. It may be new music, interactive and traditional fiction, interactive and conventional animation, games, and so many examples I already gave. In addition, of course, there might emerge new mediums of creative expression in the days to come, but that is it for the moment. Now, coming to the point, how businesses can benefit out of it. Ultimately, we are all looking for, making more and more money, and we want our business to be successful. So business owners, I would say, have three options open to them to be a thriving part of the creator economy. Number one, they can hire freelancer creators to create the content for their company. Number two, they can pay well-established creators or who show promise to gain access to their audience on payroll and keep them on payroll, basically. Then next point can be offer white label products to the creators, partner with creators by funding and marketing the work of content creators in return for the share of revenue. Now, we all know, say somebody can be very good in creating beautiful pieces of stories, but he doesn't know. He may tell it to his family members or few friends, maybe few colleagues, but how to market or how to make it available to a larger audience. He doesn't know marketing skills. So how to help him out? So some established business can come in and pair with him that, okay, we will market, you give us your content, we will market your content. And, because they are well established, they have marketing departments to do this job. And there is certain revenue sharing between the business and the creative artist who is the creator. And second, most popular strategy that businesses adopt to leverage the creator's business and marketing potential is to forge a partnership with relevant creators or those who create content that aligns with their products and services. An overwhelming 68% of US-based marketers, I'm saying 68%, they intend to use influencer marketing as part of the tool set. So influencer marketing is on the rise and it really, really boosts up the businesses. And on the other hand, white labeling is gaining popularity by the day to leverage the creator economy. Whatever their faults may be, creators don't lack industriousness, that is professionalism, or the intent to be so. There are plenty of thriving creators who have or thinking about launching brands. They cannot usually deliver on brand promise as it involves managing the entire organization. But big people in business can step into this situation and help the creator to fulfill this gap. So there is again a partnership sort of relationship between big businesses or heads of the businesses and the creators. So when I will cite an example. When the YouTuber Jimmy Donaldson, who is also known as Mr. Beast most popularly, he launched his burger and the fast food brand he called Mr. Beast Burger after his personal branding. The business virtual dining concepts forged a partnership with him. In this kind of partnership, what happens? That when an order is placed online, a local restaurant prepares the food and food delivery services like Uber Eats deliver them to the customer's doorstep. And this model brings profit to all the parties involved. We have back in India, we have Zomato, we have Uber Eats, we have Swiggy, and so many other food apps who are going through such partnerships. To sum up the things, the creator economy is a living reality. And sooner the businesses wake to it, sooner it will become beneficial to them. In this era of daily tech based disruptions, the predominant business rule just must to be adapt. They need to change, they need to adapt, they need to open to new technology and new disruptions and evolve their business models. That was all for today, my dear audience. Thank you so much for listening, and do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and our Instagram and our Bizmec podcast, which is very popular across the world. Thank you again. Have a nice day.